I am coming to bring a collective message because I'm feeling a very strong call to. And I've been feeling this call for a little bit, but being that Christelle, was in her emotional feelings because of her massive shutdown of her channel, I had to regroup myself. So I am showing up. The earthen hollow of me is showing up. That is a guide, only a guide to take you into the journey to be able to return back into yourself, or soul's path, life path, looks many different ways, okay? However, I am Christelle. I am also Mama Soul Lily and Grandma Spider, okay? I come as the maiden, the mother, and the crone, okay? So you have to identify through your own intuition who's talking to you. It's up on the energy that we're coming into. So, but do keep in mind, this is still general, okay? There may be only bits and pieces here that is for you to take along with you. I knew I was forgetting something. I forgot my ring, y'all, and to put my stuff on my hands. But anywho's, so for those of you that are not afraid and that you are seeking after wholeness, you know, holisticness, and you're walking this unseen path, you know, then the unknown, right? Trusting within your intuition, healing, going into your shadows, facing your ancestral trauma, your past lives, dealing with your Chiron, dealing within, you know, your inner child woundings and all of those extra things as well, right? Then this is the place for you. I am also here to trigger you in certain things. I am the person that is here to trigger you. I am here to initiate the fire. Yes, I am. I am here to initiate the kindling, to help you within the easing, okay, the softening, to release the baggage within your ego that is trauma, so that your ego can become healthy and holistic within the unions of who or what makes you up as an individual, okay? All right. I want to pause. I knew it. Yes. I felt it coming. I felt it coming. Mommy didn't make tea. I have to interrupt the program one moment, y'all. My daughter wants me to make her some nighttime tea. So I am returned, okay? I had to take care of the physical babies first, okay? So, and that was one of my little mottos, you know, faults, flaws, hiccups, and all imperfections, interruptions too. For those of you that already know Mama Soul Lily, okay? However, as I was coming into this energy within this knowing, I heard that the deck of my Black Moon, which is one of my astrological decks, and I gave it a polish, you know, I bless and clear my decks and things of that nature, powder their butts or whatever. But so as I'm doing that and I'm preparing the cards, there's cards that come out. And I'm like, ooh, what the heck? And I go and look at the cards, and I was like, oh my goodness, it is definitely meant for me to do a message. So the first card that came out, I'm going to show you, is Saturn Return. On card number 50, in this essence of green, the heart chakra, okay? And then it says age, okay? So the age to me seems like over a period of time, okay? That's the part of, you know, who I am, or part of my duty within the community of the collective, is to help you return back into your soul, okay? to rekindle those spaces and places within you as the fullness of time, you know, evolves around us as a whole and grow. So I found that very interesting, because then the other card that came was Jupiter, abundance, okay? And when I was looking into the Jupiter energy within the abundance, I also saw Neptune. You know, I saw the imagination within Neptune, and I feel like that is a connection because it's also on card number 7, which is a representation for us as the collective individuals that is around our soul's path, okay, or our life path or our life purpose, right, for humanity or for the other, which is the energy of Libra. So then I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, so definitely I see the 5-0. So there's some type of change or something within the 5 senses of us, the individuals, that is needing to be siphoned out, right? That is needing to be deeply looked at. So then I'm like, okay, what's at the bottom of the deck? Yes, we're going to have story time. We're going to open up like this, however it is, okay? It's, like I said, if I'm not for you, it's okay. I am here to fulfill my duty, however that is, however that shows up. So then I look at the bottom and boom, I almost fell out the chair, y'all. I almost fell out the chair. Number 6, we have 7, Jupiter, right? Then we have number 6 that was at the bottom of the deck. Fam. 6 is about family. 6 is about service. 6 is about health. 6 is about routine. If you look into the energy of Virgo, or just in the energy of the 6th house within itself, right? We have Saturn, truth. That's at the underline. So there's a truth of the matter that is meant for us to go and delve into, okay? That is for us to return or to look at within ourselves, within discipline of ourselves, within the lessons, looking at the areas and facing our truths within the shadows or our trauma, okay? So this is also, again, part of my work and what I do. Therefore, this is not a reading. This is a soul's return, okay? This is an earthened hollow that returns into the soul, into the darkness. Let me specify this correctly. Into the shadow, into the rejected areas, into the areas of truth that we deny, the things that we shun and push aside that we don't want to face. Those areas within discipline or influence in the way that we have learned over the fullness of time. So, there's something here that wants to reveal itself here within the collective. So I am here to serve. I am here to show up. Okay? That's just the bottom line. I am here to serve and I am here to show up. There are things that of me, some people here that are under the radar. Okay? Anywho, Supreme Creator Source, Ancient of the Ancient Ancestors, and the higher realms of our greatest good. What is it that we, the collective individuals, need to see within this energy of Saturn's return, and for us to be within service to show forth our truths that are hidden within? Because it seems as though that this Jupiter energy within our life purpose, or within, because I'm seeing numerology here, okay? So maybe some of you, your expansion is within exploring something within your numerology to see what your life path purpose is, and or because the green, this can also be where you can look to see, don't do it. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm. With the green, I had to check myself on the inside, okay? And some other energies on the outside. Anywho. So the green is the heart, which means the heart's desire within numerology. This can also appear as the soul's urge. So take your life path number and incorporate it within and see what lessons are needed to be learned to fulfill your soul's urge or your heart's desire. Okay. So let's go into this. I'm going to use, I don't know. Is this where I'm going here? What is this truth? Yeah, because I want to know what this truth is that we need to come and talk about within this change. Because it's the universal. It's within the root chakra. The root and the heart chakra. And all the other energies that stand within the midst of one's truth. So it's something within the chakras of the root chakra and the heart that is having the most difficulty to actually return to see oneself again or to face their truths. But this Jupiter energy really feels like something that is ahead of us. It's depending on where you are on your timeline, okay? Depending on where you are within your travels, within your trajectory of your travel. All right. Deal with my earth body. Okay, deal with my earth body. My earth body, she comes with me. Okay, there is no shade here. There is no judgment here. There is no bias here. I told you I come with all of my Trinity. Okay, my maiden, that's my earth body. That likes to smoke cigarettes, which also in my channeling messages helps me to ground. However, because I'm feeling a little excited at the same time, but like kind of scared, right? But that's the adrenaline within the journey, within the many journeys that we take to return into our soul. Anywho, I ramble, okay? I forget shit, okay? It's just me, all of me. Anywho, some things don't want me to see that. See how that light change? You think I ain't see that? Whatever. You think I ain't catch that entry? I caught it. I see you. Hello. Yeah. I heard 1, 2, 3. The unseen. The unseen shadows. Walking the unseen paths. These are the truths. This is what, okay, so this is an introduction of myself. Is this what this is? To let the people know who I am. Okay? The earthen hollow, the guide. I stand between the threshold. Okay? There's parts of me that stand within my chart that gives me right to be in these spaces, to call some shit out. What is the unseen truth that is coming here on the table? Let's see what's at this bottom. The dead end. Some of you have been stuck here for some time at this dead end, okay? Some of you have been stuck there just working and trying to keep cutting. Every time you cut, you just keep getting caught right back up in the brumble. Your hands just keep getting sore and sore. Certain work, certain things that you're putting your hands into Some of you don't see how the things that you put your hands into is affecting you. It's leading you nowhere. There's something here that is saying to me, for who this is particularly for, that you keep putting your hands in business that your hands don't belong in. And there's something within your intuition, within your inner knowing, that keeps telling you to mind your damn business, to pull your hands back, to stop. That's for who that is for. And some of you just need to stop rumbling through the brushes. Some of you are just rumbling through the brush as spiritual bypassing. You're just rumbling through the brush. You're just going through the act. But yet, you still ending up on the wrong path, not in alignment. I just heard the thunder roll. Okay, so divine. So, this is where we're going into the shadow, the unseen truth. Or we're going into tea time. What? Tea time. Is that rain? I hear it in the background. The grumble in the rush is what I heard. The grumble in the rush. This feels like the physical body, the earthened hollow, the grumble in the rush, in a rush. So your earthened hollow, your body is constantly in the rush that is keeping you from being able to tap and go into the unseen fully. And this is why some of you are experiencing the dead end or feeling levels of the bottomless pit. And you have been asking and seeking to be revealed certain truths, but some of you are truly still not able to handle the truth. There's certain areas within the abundance of Jupiter energy that Saturn is trying to really get you to come into. There has been here in this energy a high sense of abundance on the lower polarity within the energy of the Nine of Wands and the Ten of Wands. There's also an energy here with the unseen truth of the moon energy. Some of you may have Saturn paired with your moon. This is an area within your natal chart that you can look at to better understand and learn thyself so that you can heal thyself. What is it that we need to see? What is the unseen truth? Shedding illusions. Shedding illusions. This is not the deck. This is not the deck. Give me a moment. Well, within that humble silence for you, we did have tea time that was mentioned, right? But let's see, because there's two. This one's a little uneven. Still a little uneven. Let's check the weight. Which one is needed at this time, Supreme? What has the message? So, this is the one we're going to see. my dust, okay? I dust my things. But in that little break, I also went ahead and grabbed me some of that tea, okay? Out of the garden tea, we have some blue butterfly pea flowers. We have some sweet mint in there and some chamomile and just a pinch of mugwort and parsley with a little bit of cilantro to assist my daughter with her kidneys and things of that nature and her corn silk. Well, I don't have corn silk in mine. She has it in hers, okay? That's for whoever that may need that. So let's see what this unseen truth. When you come in this space with me, you can bring a snack, bring your beverage, bring your meal, bring your notebook and a pen just in case, because there will be contact clues and things that I will bring forward when I see them that can assist you, that you have to assist you, but I'm guiding you to those areas for you to look at within your natal chart, within your spiritual science at the time that you were born, for those of you that do not know about that, okay? All right, so where you can do your own self-investigation and homework to better understand some of the things of self. And okay. Supreme, what is this unseen truth? They do not feel right in my hands, but we have 3 cards. We have a month here. First, we have the dogs getting together with friends. Okay, so there's an unseen truth about the people you're hanging out with. My nails are always going to be dirty, y'all. And I did not polish my nails. My nails are always going to be dirty. When you see my nails in natural, they're always going to be dirty until the winter time. For the summertime, I'll always have my hands in some bramble. I am always in the garden, okay? I am always in the garden. But some of you within the hands and the dogs, the people, the hands in too many people's business, getting together with friends. But that could be the truth within this. The underline is the fact of you either were having your hands involved in other people's affairs, or this could be also being around other friends that their hands are in your affairs. You know, too much of your business that you filtering out, and then now they got their hands all in it, trying to give you different suggestions and how you supposed to move or flow for your life. Okay? Dictatorship. Okay, that tea is too hot and I really could take a swig. So, coffee. Because I want to see what this month is. It may be your earthborn soul return day into this physical body. It could be an event or a specific thing that, month that something took place. Okay. November. Cold, desolate. That's bringing in the energy of desolation. That's giving the feeling of the dead end, the end of the Jason months, the cold within the earth, the curse within the earth. Little sunlight, little illumination. So this is giving me a sense of the unseen truth and how I'm seeing the two-faced cat. There's something here about the face, the two-faced cat. It's like in the, I'm not a psychologist, I'm none of those things, but it's like someone that at night you're totally something or someone else, and then during the day you're whole nother someone else. Let's see what this other tea leaf is. The bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. That's what I'm here for. Okay. But this is the Jupiter. But this is the guidance. The Jupiter energy is the guidance. This is part in, I feel that where I am. But there's something to bridge this gap. There's something within your physical, spiritual essence that is needing, because this November is feeling very spiritual. It's feeling like the other side of the threshold, And it seems like the dogs is what's holding you up from being able to get to see the truth, the unseen truth that is leading you or causing you to be within this energy of the dead end. Let's get a little more on this. Let's bring some tarot to this. I feel like I want to bring this bridge under the dead end, because it feels like it's yeah, it really feels very highly significant in this Jupiter energy within this level of abundance, because it says successfully overcoming a problem, and the unseen truth is the current problem that is really needing to be looked at, that is causing you to feel like you're constantly at a dead end. You're not growing the way that you want to grow. You're not evolving the way that you want to evolve. You're not cycling up through the spiral of life the way that you truly need. And some of you are really curious and really seeking out the deep understanding or the deep insight or clarity to where this space or where this essence is that these things keep happening for you, because it's like there's a no nonsense mentality here in this energy that is like sick and tired of being sick and tired of keep returning around back through the same cycles or the same lessons over and over again. So there's an imbalance within your spiritual and physical, within your bridge, in how you deal, how you deal or how you bridge the gap. That is what I'm transmitting. I'm seeing tarot, but of course, I feel like I need to clear a little bit. What did I do with it? All the way over here. This getting together with friends. And again, like I said, this can be the time of your, you can be a Scorpio with a Taurus opposite axis, with November being here. This can be an event that could have taken place around y'all holy days within Thanksgiving. This can also, like I said, the spiritual message, and or this can be who this friend's birthday can also be within the month. And this can also have been the time in when you could have been asking for the assistance or the guidance, or having the constant rearing of the head. But again, like I said, the heart is the ascendant. It's the spiritual part. It's the center focal point. And the other side of the bridge is the root chakra. It's the security, it's the foundation, it's the physical, it's the self. Also seen as the egoic or the ego self. And the ego of self is a part of who we are. It is our protector. It is there to serve and to be as one within us as a holistic being. However, it's the ego that also was traumatized as the child, because the ego was actually there hearing the pain at the time of the child's crying, the inner child within the physical body crying at a young adolescent age and growing up, and even whatever age you are presently. So the ego of self is really here to protect and to serve the inner child within you. So that's why it's important to soften, to befriend, to face oneself, those traumas that the inner child within the ego itself is trying to really express in what it needs to nurture, to grow, to not be stagnant. Supreme, are we flowing or are we going? My team said flowing. I really want to get a good glimpse into this energy. I don't really, well, it's not for me to decide, fam, okay, how this goes, okay? YouTube don't like the algorithm of me. The algorithm don't like the fact of me having long messages to get me out there. So what? But I feel like we need to investigate these dogs, these hidden truths about some dogs, because this can be, like I said, this can be some dirty dogs, you know what I'm saying? Some shiesty dogs, some energy vampire dogs, and this can just, you know, those, I don't know, because it doesn't feel good, because it's a hidden truth. It's an unseen truth about friends, who you're getting together with, who you're hanging out with, that's keeping you from your abundance, that's keeping you from your inner truth, to take those harsh rejections and alchemize them or transmute them, to utilize them to create, to see them as many opportunities or treasures or gifts that you contain within you. Okay? So, where are we going? Divine. It's because when you have too many options, it makes it difficult to choose. Okay? So right now, Christelle has too many options. This physical body, Christelle, has too many options here. 34 is what I saw at the time. Has too many options sitting here on the table for Mama Soul Lily to pick through. Okay? Okay. But we want to look into these dirty dogs. What do we need to see about the dirty dogs? Let's see if people show up or you. What do we need to see a little more about the company that you keep? That, honey, I had my own things going on, y'all. I did. I found out I had some dreams and certain things and been piecing certain stuff together and everything and been coming to collect and see some truths and like, oh no. And the divine has come in to really take those shackles and move they asses out my way. I didn't have to do nothing. All I had to do was ask and do the work that is required of me and to follow within obedience. Anywho, let's see. There's that 10 of Wands. You can't see where you're going. Can't see where you're going. The clutter. You can't see where you're going. The clutter. The smoke and mirrors around the friends. Let me see a little more about these friends, these dogs that call themselves friends. The me, we, the collective, individual, supreme, not the deck. I heard it, not the deck. Why isn't it the motherfucking deck? Because that's the one that you just choose, that you wanted to choose, Miss Christelle, the divine. Or do you want words or no words? The first original intent. Okay, the first original intent was the Fountain Tarot. See, look, I am still working and moving things around to give more sound clarity in who speaks or who's talking within. Because I come with all of my house, okay? And some of my house still be wanting to have their little hands and their little part in the show. It's not really a show, but into the spiraling hollow. So, I'm going to take a sip on that. Oh, yeah. That's sweet, man. Let's get into these dogs. So the fountain is because it gives that illumination within shadow, so that I can see and look through the veil. Supreme, give us an eye to see within the hidden truths behind the friends, getting together with the friends, the energy of the dogs, the lessons that is needed, the justice that is needed to be served, I heard. So that means some of you already have collected, you have already come to see some truths. Some of you have already come to face and see some truths about these people. But some of you are still allowing them to be within the midst of your successes and allow these situations within life to keep havoc or problems or distractions in your life. Some of you are not handling and dealing with your affairs the way that you need to be handling your affairs. Period. Again, why? When my chair feel like I'm not high enough, because I don't like my shoulders to feel shrugged. Some of you are feeling uncomfortable in your bodies. Some of your bodies are speaking to you. They're itching. They're like feeling uncomfortable, but it's like you're still in the pleasure within the midst of the thorns. So it's almost giving me like misery loves company. You just enjoy the space, and that's your hidden truth. And so what that means is that it's important for you to find how you can integrate that, how you can work that, how you can make that more healthy and sound for you, instead of letting it be a hidden thing. Who cares? Be open and authentic. If that's what it is, express it. Don't hide it. What we got here? The Two of Coins. And the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. The Wheel of Fortune, it is not your best interest. It is a repeated cycle. It is a repeated cycle. It is a South Node energy. It is a South Node energy for those that want to detect and find out where this is. This is also within those that have a Saturn energy within the 11th or possibly the 7th house here. You can also have a Saturn within your rising, within your ascendant, within your first house, within your identity. So it seems as though that the mirror is reflecting here within the collective and those that you have around you. There is something within your hidden truth, something within the hidden self, something within the rejected one that sits within your South Node energy. That is keeping itself on the cycle and around those groups of people. It's coming out of the water. That's the sacred pool of the spiral. The memory. That's the memory. That's the ancient memory. Because this is the karmic, this is karmic. This is old, this is South Node. It's not upright. It's not changing the wheel of the cycle. This is actually the memory, the ancient memory, and going in to go and search this out within yourself so that you can bring and deliver, resurrect your physical the physical awareness, the physical desires, the successes, new friend groups. There's something I'm hearing about the sacred self that wants to revival, that wants a revival. I don't know. These are old karmic cycles, old patterns for some of you that have been served. You're only taking part in the activities because it just feels normal. It just feels normal. It feels like this is where you're supposed to be. That's because that's what you're accustomed to, but there's something within your intuition, within your hindsight, within your insight, within your intuition that is on point. It's just that some of you are timid or afraid to be in a level of aloneness without physical contact, I'm hearing. And this is some of your unseen, hidden truths that is for you to look and for you to bear within. There is a strong energy to see where your Lilith is, your suppressed and rejected energy. Supreme. So it's as if your friends are you and your friends are you and you are your friends. Your friends are you and you are your friends. Still stuck on the same karmic cycle. But you, dear one that is here, you're the one that's choosing and feeling these nudges. You're experiencing certain things, whether it's within your dreams, whether it's within the social gatherings. You're finding yourself in uncomfortable situations. You're finding that your skin that you're in is just uncomfortable. You're finding that your glasses, or you find that your clothes, or you find that your hair, or you find that your shoes, or you find that your car, or whatever it is, or the environment of where you usually go or be or job, it just don't feel the same. But I do say, I think this is the concluding message. It is truly time here for you to start facing some hard truths. And this hard truth here within the unseen is the people that you hang around. The so-called friends, are they really your foes? And if this is not the people and it's the family, they're still under investigation too. They are no different. Just because they are your blood do not mean that they are your worst enemies. And I know that through my own experience, through the journey of the spiral. And until next time, I say, ciao.